What's up, everybody? It's the Digital World Podcast, and let's do some rapid fire news because I got a good clip to show you at the end of this video. Here we see Powell saying in this recently yesterday, the hiking path we execute will be enough. It will be enough to restore price stability. Draghi in July 2012 said the ECB is ready to do whatever it takes to preserve the euro, and believe me, it will be enough. Similar choice of words, and you know the rest is history. Take a listen.
The path that we actually execute will be enough. It will be enough to restore price stability. So this is something that, as you can see,
There's another message that I want to tell you today, is that within our mandate, the ECB is ready to do whatever it takes to preserve the euro. And believe me, it will be enough.
Well, interesting choice of words, and we're headed towards the same path. What happened in '08 was papered over by the Fed when they commenced QE. And I mean, this time they're going to need exponential amounts of money, more than they used during the pandemic. So keep an eye on that. Here, existing home sales is at the lowest sales rate since 2014 and down by 29% from October of 2020. Imagine mortgage rates at 7% or perhaps even 10% if the Fed continues on this path. And they said they're going to keep doing it to fight inflation and until they reach their 2% target. And I mean, let's see, where is that? Right here, okay? The history of advanced economies journeying from 5% plus inflation to 2% suggests a long road. So if they want to really hit that 2% target, it takes on average 10 years to drop to 2% once inflation hits above 5% in advanced economies. And this is the cases of inflation above 5% in advanced economies from 1980 to 2020, so 40 years worth of data. And the years it takes to decline. You see, Greece took almost 30 years, 29 years to get back to that 2% target. So on average, it's going to be a long road if the average is 10%. So this is nowhere near where we want to be. And folks, get ready for economic times are about to get a lot harder than anyone could have ever imagined. Depression 2.0, more like this is going to be a whole new type of depression on a global scale. Here, California is going to send inflation relief checks. Eligible people making up to $250,000 will receive payments from $200 to $1,050. It's like same thing. TXMC is making the comparison that canned sand is going to be thirst relief. Rubbing alcohol will be sunburn relief. Photos of food bring hunger relief. Helicopter money equals inflation relief. None of these solve anything, and that's the point he's trying to make. Here we see that the low earners are getting hit pretty bad. The year-over-year inflation rate of necessities was as high as 30% in the month of July. The lower class and middle class are getting hit hard. These are the pace of rate hikes emerging from these crises, right? And you see that this cycle is a lot sharper than any of the other previous cycles before. The other ones were a little more steady. This one's it's a very, very aggressive. Here, TXMC again saying these seem like important levels to hold for basically everything. We see Bitcoin, we see the Dow Jones, we see gold. All these charts are teetering on the lines of, if they break those lines, it could be serious. It could do serious damage to the economy. So all eyes on the charts. Now watch this video, because I think everyone needs to know how this works.
A community rates low on an information scale when the press, radio, and other channels of communication are controlled by only a few people, and when citizens have to accept what they're told. In communities of this kind, despotism stands a good chance. See how a community trains its teachers.
Bear this in mind. Young people cannot be trusted to form their own opinion. This business about open-mindedness is nonsense. It's a waste of time trying to teach students who think for themselves. It's our job to tell them.
And when teachers put such training into practice, despotism stands a good chance. These children are being taught to accept uncritically whatever they're told. Questions are not encouraged.
How can you ask such a question? Have you got a textbook?
Yes, ma'am.
Does it say here that our law courts are always just?
Yes, ma'am.
Then how dare you question the fact? Sit down.
And so we aren't surprised when...
But it must be true. I saw it in this book right here.
And if books and newspapers and the radio are efficiently controlled, the people will read and accept exactly what the few in control want them to. Government censorship is one form of control. A newspaper which breaks a government censorship rule can be suspended. It is also possible for newspapers and other forms of communication to be controlled by private interests.
I thought I told you to kill that story. It'll cost us a lot of advertising.
If that story goes out, I quit.
All right.
There you have it. So, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe to the channel. It's Digital World Podcast, and I'll see you in the next episode.